Sheng Lingling was quickly taken away by ambulance, and the police arrived soon after to conduct a search and questioning. When they saw the eerie and terrifying setup in her room, everyone gasped in shock. During their inspection, the officers discovered a well-hidden surveillance camera embedded in the ceiling. They promptly copied the footage stored inside. After the police left, I stared at that camera that had remained hidden for so long and smiled in satisfaction. Sheng Lingling once mentioned that someone else had installed it, but it had been broken for years. After I moved in, I secretly repaired it one night while she was asleep. Now, it had finally served its purpose. Interestingly, when I was fixing it, I discovered that a mysterious visitor had been hacking into the system, watching the live surveillance feed. But after the camera malfunctioned, that person had stopped logging in. I, being kind-hearted, left a subtle hint for them. Sure enough, the very next day after the camera was repaired, the intruder logged in again and kept monitoring the feed right up to today. I quickly checked the back-end logs. That person had been extremely cautious. Before the police arrived, they had already remotely wiped all traces of their login activity. So precise, clearly watching every move in real time. Good. That means it won't be long before they walk right into the trap themselves. After that, I never saw Sheng Lingling again. Rumor had it she survived, but lost her mind. She kept mumbling nonsense about Kuman Thong and Pen Fairy. Since no one paid her hospital bills, she was eventually sent back to her hometown Qingqing village. She still had an uncle there, although people said her relationship with him had once been inappropriate. Later, her aunt couldn't bear it anymore and rallied the entire village to drive Sheng Lingling out. Now that she's returned, there's little chance they'll accept her back. And me? I can hardly wait. Not long after, someone I fully expected finally appeared. Sun Jun. After Sheng Lingling's incident, the bald men withdrew, so Sun Jun snuck back without getting caught. I let him in. As soon as the door closed, he dropped to his knees with a loud thud. "Master Wu," he pleaded. "Lingling told me everything she said. You made her a Kuman Thong. Said it was powerful. Before she left, she made me promise to take care of it and continue the offering rituals." "Master, you promised, didn't you?" How ridiculous. Sheng Lingling was already insane. What instructions could she possibly have given? What exactly did Sun Jun see through the hidden camera that made him take such a risk to come back? At that moment, Sun Jun's murky eyes locked onto mine, burning with desire, greed, lust, and something darker, bloodlust. Just like the old days, he hadn't changed a bit. The moment he mentioned the Kuman Thong, I felt a restless force stir above my head. The room's temperature plummeted. The overhead light flickered violently. Sun Jun's face twisted in fear. He glanced around, clearly on edge. "Wow! What's going on? Master, are those things still here?" I smiled faintly. "Mr. Sun, you came to retrieve the Kuman Thong. Surely you're not frightened by a little commotion like this." He swallowed hard, his eyes wide with panic, words stammering out. "No, this thing, is it really that powerful? It's all real." I leaned down, smiling coldly. "Didn't you already see it all through the surveillance feed?" He immediately realized what I meant and forced an awkward smile. "You truly are a man of foresight, Master. But what I saw was just Lingling acting crazy. I never saw anything like this, so he never truly believed in the spirit's power. Then why come back?" Suddenly, I noticed his eyes flickering constantly toward my wallet lying on the coffee table. And then it all made sense. I told Sun Jun the Kuman Thong wasn't ready and offered him a place to stay, so he became the house's new tenant, sleeping in Sheng Lingling's old room. Back in mine, I locked the door. Almost instantly, the little one above my head stirred. The curtains fluttered violently despite shut windows. Papers flew up and caught fire midair. A spark landed on my head, my hair ignited. But before I could react, a chill smothered it. Then came the familiar weight. I whispered gently, "Don't worry. I won't give you to him. I just need to use him like I used Sheng Lingling. Understand?" Something brushed my hair. He kissed me. I rubbed my eyes. Hard tears came. Choking up, I said, "I'm sorry, Tong Tong. I did this to you." Tong Tong, his childhood name. I'd never dared say it before, but he didn't resist. He had accepted it. That night, he lay quietly in my arms. By morning, I was Wu Jing again. Sun Jun was still in his room when I left. When I came back, I found a bundle of cashiered paper wrapping, red string 100,000. The house had been searched. He couldn't even wait. I hid the money under the couch cushion and began packing. It was time to return to Qingqing village. When I arrived, a noisy crowd had gathered at the entrance. They were arguing. I got closer and heard Sheng Lingling was dead, caught in bed with her uncle, exposed by her aunt. Out of shame, she'd hung herself in a red dress. Her uncle sold her body for a ghost marriage. But after the ritual, disaster struck the family that took her and suffered terribly. They returned her corpse. No one wanted it now. I raised a brow. Sheng Lingling was insane. How could shame kill a madwoman? But I wasn't here to investigate. I stepped forward and said, I'm Sheng Lingling's friend. I've come to take her home. The villagers paused, then looked at each other and smiled. Not kindly, but twisted, ominous.